The MK Stalin-led DMK government has entered its fifth year in office. Taking charge at the height of the COVID-19 second wave, Stalin's leadership has seen both notable successes and some significant drawbacks. So, what has worked and what has not over these past 4 years? Vanakkam. This is T. Suresh Kumar. Thank you for joining me in this episode of the Hindu Focus Tamil Nadu. But first, a quick apology for last week's break. Though we had recorded the episode, a sudden news development forced us to hold it back. Now let us dive into the performance of what Stalin proudly calls the Dravidian Model government. We will today look at four key achievements and four areas where the government has fallen short. Number one is the government's success in rolling out flagship welfare schemes. The government has rolled out a series of ambitious welfare initiatives. One of the earliest was the Vidiyal Payanam, which provides costless bus travel for women and trans persons. Today, about 64 lakh passengers benefit from the scheme on an average daily. A state planning commission study found that women saved an average of rupees 888 per month due to this scheme alone. Likewise, the Pudhumai Penn scheme, which supports more than 4 lakh girls from government schools who are pursuing higher education, has led to a 6.9% increase in female college enrollment. A similar scheme for boys, Tamil Pudhalvan, now supports more than 3.8 lakh students. Then, of course, there is the Makkalai Thedi Maruthuvam, a monthly rights grant of rupees 1,000 that is provided to more than 1.14 crore women. While the scheme has been praised and emulated by some states, it has also drawn criticism for being targeted rather than universal, despite initial campaign promises by the DMK. Also, this scheme was launched only in September 2023, that is more than 2 years after the Stalin government assumed office. Number two is the economic growth the state has achieved. Tamil Nadu's economy has seen a notable turnaround. In 2021, the fiscal deficit was 4.91% of the gross state domestic product, largely due to the COVID pandemic. It is now projected to drop to 3%. Similarly, the debt to GSTP ratio has improved slightly from 26.86% to 26.07%. The state's real GSTP growth rate for 24-25 is projected at 9.69%, which is the highest in the country and Tamil Nadu's best in a decade. Export performance, especially in electronics and merchandise, has also seen a very healthy rise in the last 4 years. Number three, the state has achieved good progress in education and healthcare. Tamil Nadu's gross enrollment ratio today stands at 51.3%, which is the highest in the country. On the health front, key indicators are like the maternal mortality, which is 39.6 per lakh live births, and the infant mortality, that is 7.6 per 1,000 live births, has seen steady improvement. The Makkalai Thedi Maruthuvam scheme, which delivers healthcare at people's doorsteps, has been a standout success as well. The fourth significant achievement of this government has been in terms of state autonomy and federalism. Today, Stalin has emerged as a strong proponent of state rights. He has opposed the national education policy, rejected the PM Shri scheme's terms, and repeatedly emphasized the autonomy of elected governments in dealing with governors. A major legal win was the Supreme Court's deemed assent ruling on 10 pending bills. Additionally, the state played a key role in forming the Joint Action Committee for Fair Delimitation, reinforcing Tamil Nadu's voice in federal matters. Now, let's take a look at some of the low points in the last 4 years. Number one are concerns about the law and order situation. Tamil Nadu witnessed two major hoosh tragedies, claiming nearly 100 lives in Kallakurichi, Chengalpattu and Viluppuram districts in a span of just 1 year. The Coimbatore car blast in 2022 on the eve of Deepavali, though it did not result in civilian casualties, exposed serious gaps in the intelligence. The murder of political and civic figures like the BSP state president Armstrong and activist Jagabar have raised serious concerns. Meanwhile, allegations around the illegal drug trade remain persistent. Number two has been the support for certain controversial ministers and ruling party politicians. The government has been criticized for defending tainted ministers. For instance, B. Senthil Balaji remained in the cabinet despite being arrested by the Enforcement Directorate in a job racket case. He was also re-indicted after he got bail. Likewise, K. Ponmudi was reinstated immediately after his conviction was stayed by the Supreme Court. Both of these ministers subsequently came under judicial fire and very recently resigned, but the damage to the government's image as well as the image of Stalin had already been done. Several senior ruling party leaders have also drawn public air for inappropriate remarks and behavior in public. The third aspect that has worked against the government is the continuing atrocities against the scheduled castes. Incidents like the Venga Vile case, where human waste was found in an overhead water tank used by the Dalits, and the assault on a scheduled caste student by his own classmates in Tirunelveli had sparked considerable outrage. While the government has launched schemes for scheduled castes, like the Business Champion scheme, for instance, activists say systemic violence needs urgent attention and targeted action on the part of the government. The fourth low point has been the failure of the government to deliver on its promise to get exemption from NEET for Tamil Nadu's medical aspirants. The DMK had in its election campaign in 2021 promised that NEET would be abolished the moment it was elected to power. Its leaders had mocked the erstwhile Edappadi Palaniswamy government on its handling of the NEET-based medical admission mandate. However, 4 years after coming to power, the DMK government has not succeeded in keeping up its promise. The president has withheld assent for the NEET exemption bill. The government is now talking about pursuing a legal route, but the outcome seems uncertain, and public patience is clearly wearing thin. With assembly elections due in April-May next year, the Stalin government still has some time to address some of these shortcomings. Whether it can convert these challenges into opportunities remains to be seen. That's all for this episode. Until next time, this is T. Suresh Kumar signing off. Thank you.